biological father had an affair and left my mother to marry another woman right before I was born. He refused to pay child support or acknowledge me. I remember the first time Mom sat me down and told me about my bio dad. It was one of those quiet evenings after dinner, me probably around 10, picking at the edges of a paper napkin while she sipped her coffee. She didn't sugarcoat it, just laid it out like it was just another Tuesday. Turns out, Robert, that's his name, the guy who technically contributed half my DNA, had been seeing this other woman for months while Mom was pregnant with me. They worked together at some auto parts shop in Ohio, and he decided right around my due date that he'd rather start fresh with her. Packed his bags, filed for divorce, and married her in a quick courthouse thing 2 weeks before I even showed up screaming into the world. Mom was tough as nails back then, already enlisted in the Army and stationed at Fort Bragg. But getting ditched like that hit her hard. She didn't talk much about the emotional side, but I could tell from the way her voice got flat that it wasn't just logistics. Robert, he ghosted us. Completely after that. No calls, no cards, nothing. The only time he ever acknowledged my existence was this one nasty phone call to Mom a few months after I was born. She was trying to sort out child support through the system, basic stuff, diapers and formula don't pay for themselves, and he flips out. Says if she pushes it, he'll lawyer up and go for full custody. Get this. His big argument was that he was a good Christian man, now, all settled with his new wife and a perfect little life in some suburb, church every Sunday and all that. Meanwhile, Mom's this single soldier mom, bouncing between deployments and night shifts, and he figures the courts would eat that up. They'll see you're unstable, he told her, like she was the villain for serving her country. She didn't fight it. Hung up, cried for a night or two, that's what she told me later, and just moved on. We scraped by on her military pay and what help she could get from family. I grew up thinking Robert was just some shadow story, like the boogeyman you warn kids about but never actually see. No photos, no updates, nada. It stung a bit when I hit middle school, and all my friends had their dads at soccer games or whatever, but Mom made it work. She was my rock, teaching me how to tie my boots for school, packing lunches with notes that said, "Kick ass today, kid." Then, when I was 12, everything shifted. Mom met Michael at a base barbecue. Nothing dramatic, just two people grabbing hot dogs and chatting about bad traffic on I-95. He was a logistics guy in the same unit. Divorced himself with a couple kids from his first marriage who lived with their mom up in Virginia. They started dating slow, like adults do, and by the time I was 13, he was around all the time, fixing my bike chain without making a big deal, showing up to parent-teacher conferences in his crisp uniform. When they got married a year later, in this simple backyard thing with string, lights, and a playlist of old country tunes, I didn't even realize at first how much it changed things. Michael's my dad now, full stop. The kind who remembers your shoe size for Christmas socks, who sits through your awkward high school band concerts without complaining, who taught me how to change a tire on the side of the highway at 2 a.m. because life doesn't wait for AAA. He never tried to replace Robert or badmouth the guy. He just showed up every day like it was the easiest thing in the world. Mom says that's what she needed after all the bullshit. Someone steady who didn't make promises he couldn't keep. Me? I got the family I didn't know I was missing. Robert's still out there somewhere, probably telling himself whatever story lets him sleep at night, but he doesn't get to define us. Not anymore.